All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2.
Episode number 2. Hope you guys are ready for your daily NBA news, all that.
And some March Madness stuff as well. Obviously, as we can see, we bought our own studio.
Yeah.
And
Took a loan out of the bank,
Yeah,
but, I think it's really going to step up our production level.
We're probably going to be in debt. You know what they say, the sweeter the wine, the worse the hangover. So we're probably going to be in major debt after this, but it's all good for the pod. So we're going to start us off with a quick March Madness recap. So obviously we had Elite 8 this past weekend, which was super fun. I know Dawson, big Nebraska fan.
Yeah.
A bit of a heartbreak there.
Heartbreaker. My crash. Roll the clip.
We'll roll the clip right now.
Dawson! Stop.
Yeah, that was a tough loss, one could say, especially losing to the rivals, Iowa. It was a white boy March Madness. It was white boy takeover.
That might have been the whitest game I've ever – as a white boy myself, that had to be the whitest NCAA.
And how about you tap into the UConn Duke game?
That was a very good game. I was happy to see Duke lose,
Yeah.
Caden Boozer. I just feel bad for him. His twin is just better than him in every way possible.
And he is just getting clowned right now.
Yeah, I saw his Instagram comments. It wasn't looking so good, and that was a great shot. It was a great shot by Tristan Newton. He wasn't shooting very good all game.
No, that came out of nowhere. Came out of left field.
To him, kind of like some Villanova-esque type of little pitch off, and he hit a great shot to put UConn in the Final Four. So.
I'm not a big fan of either team, I like UConn's team. I just don't really like Dan Hurley. I got a thing.
You're not a big Dan Hurley guy?
I go on the prick scale when it comes to college coaches.
Right, yeah.
You have Arizona's coach, Tommy Lloyd, not a prick, least prick. Nebraska's coach, Fred Hoiberg, least prick. But you get down to UConn's coach, Dan Hurley, UCLA's coach, Bobby Hurley, those are the biggest pricks in the world, and I just want to see them lose and get mad. But, I didn't really like Duke either, so I was just glad it was a great game.
Yeah, so and then we saw Michigan with an absolute blowout against Tennessee, losing by 30 in an Elite 8 game is ridiculous.
That was embarrassing. But shout out to Tennessee for getting it this far.
Yeah, they were the 8 seed, I think.
They were a 6 seed.
6 seed, still pretty good against.
But they were projected to lose in the second round. Some people had them losing in the first round, and they made it all the way
for
to
sure.
the Elite 8.
Really good Michigan team. This Michigan team is super complete. Yaxel, who I think is going to be probably a top 10. He's a little bit older. I think he's a senior or a
he's like a super senior.
Yeah, but he's still really good, a really complete player, and I think he's probably going to go lottery this year. He's kind of like a guy you can bet on to
surefire
be
guy.
Good in the league. He's going to be impactful, and he just does a lot of things right on the basketball court. And then we saw a really big win for Arizona, the Cats here.
Bear down, baby.
Against Purdue, it was a very close game at half, but Arizona pulled through. I think it was the first time in an Elite 8 game that 6 players on one team scored more than 14 points.
Really?
We had a super spread out offense. Koa Pete, the only freshman in Arizona history with 20 points in an Elite 8 game, so that was super cool to see.
Yeah, what's your game preview for Michigan Arizona?
So I really think that this is the championship game.
I agree. 1,000%.
I think whatever team wins this game, that's the team that's going to win all of March Madness. I'm going to go Arizona.
Yeah,
I may be a
same
little biased.
Here. A little biased here,
but I do think that we're a more complete team than Michigan, and I think we've been playing really well, especially down the stretch in those second halves. So I'm going to take Arizona.
Yeah, and I'd like to present an interesting fact for you viewers and you as well. It's not really talked about enough. Koa Pete in high school, 4 years, 4 straight championships. He comes into college, he wins a championship. What do you do? Is he just a winner? Is that just in his DNA?
You know what they call him? He's Mr. Arizona.
Mr. Arizona.
I remember my freshman year, I watched him play when I was on the freshman basketball team, and he shit on all of us.
Yeah.
He was a grown man in high school, and obviously he's still bullying people around in college, and I'm really excited to see what he does at the next level.
If he wins a championship at Arizona, 5 years, 5 straight chips, are you putting the house on whatever NBA team he goes to win the championship?
Well, probably not because, we got the lottery, and some of these teams are not going to be so. Maybe they're on a rebuild, but I'm excited to see where he goes next year. I think he was actually projected a top 10 pick before, or maybe mid-season, but now he's dropped quite a bit. You got Braden Burry's projected to be top 10 now.
He is just risen. He has shot his own stock through the roof, which is unbelievable to see. He has the most upside on this Arizona team out of anyone.
Oh, for sure. He's a freshman. I think he's a little bit older. I think he's 20 He's 20.
I think he's 20.
Pushing 21, but he's a little bit older, but really good three-point shooter, and he's a really good driver. He gets his way to the rim. He's like a bulldog coming down the lane every single time. I'm really excited to see he does, so I think he'll go. I think Cole Pete's going to probably go in the first round, and then maybe Mo Crevis too.
Yeah,
I could see him going in the first round as
he's a hell of a player.
Hell of a rim protector and a super good defender at 7'2", and he's very mobile as well.
I'm excited to see that matchup, him versus Michigan's 7'4" guy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good matchup.
And then I also want to give a shout-out to my intramural basketball team. Me and Dawson's intramural basketball team. We've been cooking lately. We'll put some clips in here. We've been looking like the 2014 Spurs lately. Our ball movement has been beautiful, led by the one and only Evan Ring.
Yep.
Shout out Lud.
We've won our last 3 games.
Shout out Jack P.
We're 4-2 now in the season. We got 3 more games.
Looking very good. Yeah. Technically 6 because it's 2 a week, but yeah, we're looking really good for the playoffs, and we're excited to bring home our first chip for sure.
Yeah. I hope you guys tag along in this journey with us and root for us.
Yeah, for sure. So now we're gonna get into some
of the latest
NBA talk, which is
NBA
really what
news.
we're
Can we talk about the Hawks for a second? I mean, they have been right when the news dropped, the memes dropped about how they're like over their last like 500 games, they're dead even.
Yeah.
You know, they're like 50-50. They're the most mid team ever. They went on this like 15-1 run.
Yeah, I think it was like
all these good teams.
Yeah.
Their last loss was they barely lost to the Celtics.
Yeah.
In Boston. I think they play the Celtics tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a team that is just all of their guys are super young. They made some moves at the deadline.
Super good core.
Got
Yeah.
Gabe
Super
Vincent.
good
Got Kuminga. You know, they got rid of Porzingis. Which was a very good move.
Yeah, he's glass cannon.
Yeah, and I mean they're on the come up. Their move getting CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum has a burner on him.
Yeah.
He's such a good shot maker, and
He's a much better defender than Trae Young.
Yeah,
you know he's not an elite
and you
defender.
can you'll see him go off, and he just makes shot after shot, and he obviously he doesn't really get to the rim too much, but he can just kill you with his shooting ability,
and that frees it up for who I think should be the most improved player, Jalen Johnson. I mean, it's him or Jalen Duren now.
Yeah, I think I like Jalen Duren because I think Jalen Johnson, he was already pretty good.
That's fair.
And Jalen Duren made a huge leap. And the Hawks actually beat the Pistons in their, I think it was a 14-1 stretch without
overtime.
Cade. But even so, that's a great win for them. A lot of the teams they played weren't super good. I think they played like the Grizzlies twice and the Bucks twice.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
even
to win
still,
that many
winning
games.
over that big of a stretch is super huge for them.
Absolutely.
And that's so really good for the Hawks. I'm excited to see what they do.
Do you think they're going to make any noise in the playoffs this year?
No.
Yeah.
Because what are they?
Right now, they're the 6th seed.
6th seed.
But
I
think by the end of the season,
we're just like the East is they're good, and I just think that I don't think they're going to make a lot of noise.
I think right now, if they get the 5th seed and they play like the Raptors in the first round,
I could.
That's a game. That's a series I could totally see.
I like the Raptors better, obviously, but I could see them taking away.
Yeah, 2 inexperienced playoff teams, so anything can happen.
For sure. And then we're gonna cover the Rookie of the Year race real quick.
Yeah.
So
Con Knupple's actually the favorite right now.
Who is your Rookie of the Year?
My Rookie of the Year? Con Knuppel.
Con Knuppel. Okay.
Yep. The Flying Knupples. That's my Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm gonna say Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
I like Cooper Flag. I think you can go either way. I think you got two great gritty players who know how to play the game the right way. And Con has been has a huge impact on this Hornets offense. Their big three. They've been having like one of the best offensive ratings recently. They've been going on super big stretches, and they're like leading the league in threes. He broke the rookie three-point record.
They're one of the best offenses in the league.
And I think he's going to be he's already a very high impact player, and I'm really excited to see what he does in the future. I can see him making an all-star appearance.
I could see him making it next year.
Yeah, for sure, especially if the Hornets are a good team. But yeah, the Hornets have been having a super good run. But me personally, I think Cooper Flag just does more than him.
Yeah.
He's been kind of given the keys to this Mavericks franchise, and obviously the Hornets are they're a much better team than the Mavericks right now. The Mavericks have been awful, and it's not
their starting lineup is. I mean, I think our intramural KABA team could beat them. I'm not gonna lie, this Mavericks team is not very good.
Yeah, we
now.
Probably could. I think Evan E-Ring and me would probably kill him on the glass.
I'd lock up Flag.
Oh yeah, for sure. But Cooper's been really good. He's a super impactful player. He's a good secondary rim protector as well, a good defender, and I think he just does everything super well, especially for being an 18-year-old rookie. Like, he should be a freshman in college. He skipped a grade up to go play his first. He skipped his whatever year of high school to go play. So he's 19 years old. He's one of the youngest rookies ever. He's the youngest rookie in this draft, and I think that he's the rookie of the year. But I think you can go either way, and it's very close.
Yeah, I just think that he's missed some time compared to Con. I don't even know if Con's missed a game this season, to be honest.
Yeah.
Cooper's
Con's
missed some time.
Super durable. But he does more. He plays more, and he does more than Con does.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Cooper definitely is a better defender. He's a better playmaker.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, discredit him just because of the team he's on.
Yeah, I think that he just has more of a burden on his shoulders as well because he carries so much that offensive load.
And I think it'll work out for him in the long run.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I like what Jason Kidd was doing at the beginning of the season and putting him at point guard. You know, it's going to develop a lot of those ball handling skills and pick and roll skills and initiating skills that he's going to need in the future to be that kind of do-it-all big wing that he is. But, yeah, obviously he has a bigger burden on his shoulders than Con Knippel. Con has a much easier load, having LaMelo and Brandon Miller and a couple other guys on his team that can make shots. Yeah,
Diabate's been a stud this year.
This has been a very exciting year.
I'm excited. There's 14 games left in the regular season before playoffs.
Yeah, we got about 2 or 3 weeks left, and I'm really excited to see what the playoff picture is. I think that's what we'll make our next episode on. Will be more of that playoff picture and that type of thing. And kind of what the finals is going to look like, and we'll make a bracket, our predictions.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That will come out before
we'll have a little
playoffs.
punishment going on, too, to whoever's bracket's the loser.
All right, well, I can bring it on.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, and speaking of that, we're going to talk about, the biggest regular season award, which is the MVP. So, So right now, they put Wemby at the top of the MVP ladder, which for me, that's surprising. Wemby's been very good. He's a very good player. But I think Shea is going to be the MVP no matter what, in my opinion.
This kind of just came out of nowhere we saw it last year when Draymond Green went on his podcast and talked about why he should be Defensive Player of the Year, and his odds jumped up. He was the favorite and didn't win it.
It's the media. The media narratives have such a big control
and
right
so
now.
Wemby went on a press conference after the game and made this point about how defense is 50% of the game, and it is.
It is, but I just think that Shea he's just been having such a good. We'll talk about Shea in a little bit, but I just think that I don't even think that Wemby is. I think that I'm going to put Jokic above him just for Jokic's impact and the impact he has on offense, but Wemby is just not there yet. I think give Wemby. I was really surprised. I knew Wemby he's going to be a very good player. He has the highest ceiling out of any NBA player ever. Being 7'4", mobile, he could shoot, he can play make a little bit. He has an 8-foot wingspan. But I'm still gonna put Jokic above him, and I'm definitely gonna put Shea above everyone else.
Yeah, for sure. But I just want to get into some stats here that I got pulled up on why I believe Wemby should be the MVP. Because I'm a big guy defensive proponent here. And even not just defense, his overall game, you look at when he's on the court, their net rating's plus 7.4. When he's off the court, it's negative 11.8.
Yeah, he has such a huge impact.
He is just the biggest impact of all time. And another impact is defense. His defensive RTG when he's on the court is over 12 than when he's off the court, which is a huge jump. That's a crazy jump.
Yeah, for sure.
When he's on the court, teams are scoring 12 points less a game.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
And the Spurs team has been really good recently. I remember at the beginning of the season they were supposed to be 44 and 44 and 40 or whatever, the 44 and 38 or something like that. And they're gonna push 60 games this season.
Yeah, they're not just beating bad teams. They beat the Thunder. They might have a winning record I think they do have a winning record.
Yeah, they do. They beat the Thunder, and I think that if any, because obviously I'm gonna take the Thunder in my West, but I really do think that the Spurs have the best formula because they have a Wemby to beat the Thunder. I think in terms of playoff competitors, I'm gonna go Thunder, and I might go Spurs right after that. Or maybe Celtics, but Spurs right after that because defensively they're so good. They've been shooting the ball. Stephon Castle's been shooting 39% recently. Dylan Harper's been shooting really well.
Yeah, they let Dylan Harper start the other day and he balled out.
Yeah, and De'Aaron Fox is always going to do his thing. They have a lot of good guards and obviously they have Wemby at the center of that. And I really do like what he does. And I think if anyone's gonna beat the Thunder, it's gonna be the Spurs for sure.
And talking about the West, who are some teams that you think are just complete bullshit, complete fraudulent? out there?
I'm probably gonna say the Rockets.
Yeah, I'm right there
don't.
with
So we've talked about this a little bit before,
Yeah,
but
I mean, buying a shiny new bike ain't gonna make you pedal faster. That's what they say,
I
right?
get adding KD,
Yeah.
and obviously, like, it was a good move for them, or maybe not a good move for them. But KD is not the problem. You know, I've seen a lot of people put the blame on him, and I don't know what he was saying about Tari Eason and Jabari Parker was true,
Yeah.
but like
The KD files.
yeah, the KD files.
Cocaine
He might not be a great guy, and this isn't even the first time we've seen this happen either. But yeah, no, I don't think the Rockets are very good. They have a lot of problems. Like playing KD as a main ball handler, teams just double him every time, and he struggles out of passing out of those double teams.
And Amen can't really shoot. Amen, hell of a player. Love the way he plays basketball, but he can't really shoot.
He actually had a shooting
ball.
regression. He was shooting like 27% last year. Now he's down to like 25 or something.
Yeah.
I thought he was
gonna game like that.
gonna be better as a jump shooter, but like obviously he's a really good play finisher and like a really
amazing
good around
defender.
the basket and such a good defender. But he can't shoot the ball, and that's such a problem in today's NBA with the spacing you need to be able to create for the rest of your team.
Yeah.
And but without Fred VanVleet and Reed Shepherd does not cut it as their main ball
not
handler.
at all.
He needs a lot of work. I really think they should have picked up somebody at the deadline, like
Absolutely.
Colby White or something, and we talked about this.
Oh,
I said this, and then he went to the Hornets, and he's still been balling out on the Hornets.
Oh, he's been balling on the Hornets. He's a great bench six man on the Hornets.
Yeah, and he's been averaging like 18 minutes, 14 points on 18 minutes.
Yeah,
on like
insane
60%
efficiency.
shooting. He's been really good. I told you he was the best player on the market at the time. I don't know why they didn't pick him up.
Well, talking about KD, there's been some talks that he's going to have a little reunion coming up with these expansion teams.
Yeah, so
let's get into that.
We'll get into that right now. So the NBA confirmed that it's not a when if it's not a what if, it's when are they going to make the NBA expansion. So they decided they're going to expand to Seattle. So I'm guessing they're going to add the Seattle Sonics back because they already own the rights to that franchise and that name. Super cool franchise, by the way. The Sonics are one of my favorite teams that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, they were my dad's. My dad told me they were his favorite team to watch ever. They were his favorite team. He was back in the day when the Kansas City Kings were a thing, but they weren't very good. So he was a Super Sonics fan.
So yeah, but the Sonics are going to be back. Super cool team, super cool history. Obviously like cool logos and all that, and they had some great players playing for them. And they decided Las Vegas. So I have a question for you, Dawson. What should we name the Las Vegas basketball team?
See, that's a good question. I saw some talks online that because the WNBA team's the Aces, they might make them the Las Vegas Spades, which I think personally would be super cool.
Yeah.
But sometimes you want to make it, go Vegas V.
I saw Vegas Venom. I saw that
Vegas
too.
Venom, Vegas Voyagers.
Something
along
I
those
saw maybe
lines.
we could do the Vegas flop, like the flop. Maybe the Vegas
I don't
River.
know how much of a
I'm
fan
just
I
saying
am of
things,
that.
but yeah, I'm guessing Spades or Venom. That'd be probably.
I think
two.
one of those two are really cool options, and I think getting that fan base in Vegas.
Yeah, so when the
big.
NBA expands, so what they're going to do is these two teams are obviously they're on the Western Coast, so they're going to move two West Coast teams to the East Coast, or the Eastern Conference, I should say. So I'm guessing they're going to move Minnesota. Because Minnesota's like basically it's really on the eastern side.
They'd move one West Coast team.
I think they do two. Would they?
So if it's 15-15, then it's 17-15. You move one 16-16. It took me like 2 hours to figure that out when it first came out, and it was heard in my head.
Yeah, you're right because you lose one, so it'd probably be Minnesota then. Right?
Yeah, either Minnesota or Memphis.
I don't know how I didn't think.
I think it would be better if it was Minnesota just because they're a much better team.
And I think that it's also like it'd be cool to see like Anthony Edwards in the East, like another superstar in the East. You got all these like Jokic and Shea and Wemby and in the West, and might as well just move another superstar to the East.
I think that'd be awesome to see him actually be able to compete for a title. Cause
especially like I just don't see the Wolves going anywhere with how stacked up the West is. So
and they haven't been playing very good.
Yeah, and they've been a very good basketball team. So on that part. At the end of this podcast, or maybe a little bit down the line, we are going to do our very own NBA expansion draft where we're going to – so if you don't know how it works, basically
8 protected players from
teams
each
get
team.
to protect 8 players from their team, and then the rest of those, 7, 8 guys, they're bench players, they can be drafted by those 2 teams. Obviously, it's going to look a bit different in 3 years down the line because It is for the 2028-2029 draft, but we can't really project who's going to be in the league then. It's going to be a lot different. So we're going to do it based off of this year.
Yep, and what we're going to do is we're each going to draft our team. I'm going to be the Las Vegas Let's Go Spades for now.
And I am going to be the Seattle Sonics.
And then at the end of it, we'll show you guys our teams, and you guys let us know which team's better.
We're going to get to that in a little bit, though. And I want to talk about one team that is kind of, bringing a little fire in the West, and that's the Los Angeles Lakers. They've been playing
They are hot.
Very good basketball lately. You saw kind of mid-season, they were very disappointing. They were losing a lot. You saw that when the big three were on the court, LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves, they had a negative difference when they were on the court, all three of them together.
Which is insane.
And you saw DeAndre Ayton was tripping, having his struggles. He's
drinking
kind of a
his
weird
juice
guy.
before the game.
Yeah, I don't know what he was on, talking shit to Clint Capella. But the Lakers have been kind of dialing, and you saw J.J. Redick was, very frustrated, and he was very vocal with that, and you could see that he was mad at everyone because obviously this was a very talented basketball team, and they weren't playing out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have a top 3 player in the league. You got,
LeBron James. You've got Austin Reeves, who's now the most efficient shooting guard. He's the most efficient guard of all time, on his true shooting percentage. So the Lakers have been kind of playing better defensively. They've won a majority of their last games, and you see kind of guys starting to find their role in this team. They traded for Luke Kennard. He had a big game winner, which was really fun to see. But you see kind of Luka has been playing really well.
Do you think it has anything to do with divorce?
It might, honestly.
It's kind of lit a fire in him.
Because if the old ball and chain off the hook, and now you got a little less dead weight on you.
I mean, you put your finger on the hose, it shoots in a straight line. So
yeah, that's very true. I don't know where you came up with that one. But yeah, Luka's been playing really well, and he's been averaging 31, 8 and 8.
He's shooting like crazy from through ball. I
mean,
like 42 really from tray ball is a little OD.
What is he averaging?
42.2%
over the last
from 3 on 11 attempts
over the last 10 games. Yeah, and so you can see when Luka shoots this well, he's one of the best. He might be the best offensive player in the league.
How can you lose to someone making almost a little under half his threes on that many attempts?
Yeah, it's
one thing if he's a spot-up shooter and all his threes are wide open and he's shooting 4 threes a game. But when he's shooting step-back threes from the logo, and he's making 43% of them, they're a scary team.
This just stretches out the floor more. Austin Reeves has been playing very good basketball like he usually does. And I think LeBron also, you've kind of seen this change where he's been kind of dialing down his scoring, but he's playing a better role. You see him, he's been really efficient over these last 10 games. He had a couple games where he's almost 100% from the field. Yeah. He's averaging the most dunks percentage-wise in his career, and he's kind of bought into this role that the Lakers need him to buy into, more of just a secondary guy or maybe a third guy among this team. Also, DeAndre Ayton has kind of bought into his role more.
Marcus Smart's
been shooting really well, too. They added Luke Kennard, so this team has been shooting really well and playing with much better defense. They've definitely been dialed in defensively lately because, defensive is a lot of it is just about effort. And they've just been playing better basketball. But do you think they are contenders in the West?
I think with Luka playing this way, they can beat anybody. And I know their defense is not the best. I know their defense is not very good at all.
Yeah.
I know they actually have one of the worst defensive ratings in the whole NBA.
Yeah.
But I think you saw what he did on the Mavs. He carried them after Kyrie went down. He carried them to the NBA Finals. And, unfortunately, he got smoked by the Celtics.
Yeah.
But when he's playing at the peak of his game, and if LeBron's playing his role, he's shooting this efficient, Austin Reeves is playing his role. If the role players, I think what it really comes down to is the role players. Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, Rui Hachimura, the guys that are, when Luke is getting double teamed, they're shooting the 3. If they're making their shots, it's going to be hard to beat them in the West.
For sure. I don't think they're I think they're sitting at 5th in the West right now, and I think that's probably a good estimate of how good they are as a team and rankings wise. They're a very good basketball team, but I just I feel like we're Marcus Smart has been one of the he's not a good jump shooter. He's usually not, and I think he's been shooting well, but I think we're probably going to see some regression. I think Luke.
But he's a pretty good playoff performer.
Obviously, he's the reason their defense is anywhere solid right now because he's everyone else defensively. He's such a big part of that defense. But I don't think I think in a 7-game series, like against a top 4 team, like I'm taking the Wolves. I'm taking all the teams above them.
You're taking the Wolves over them?
Yeah, for sure. When healthy,
Yeah.
that Wolves defense is super strong, and I think I just like them more as a complete team. I think the Lakers, like especially in playoff basketball, like in playoff basketball, they just pick on your weaknesses. Teams find out, oh, what player can we bring into the screen motion and come off, and we can ISO against them. And I think that's what teams are going to do against the Lakers. They're going to find their weak points, and I think they're going to exploit them.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. And I really do think the Thunder are
the best team in the league.
You hear the water?
Oh, that's pretty satisfying.
Super satisfying. I'm glad we spent all this money on this new equipment.
Yeah,
it's really making me happy.
I mean, how much are we?
I don't even know what this board does. We're gonna have to get our assistant to mess with it later.
Are we allowed to talk about how much it costed, or?
You can go over the numbers if you want.
Yeah, so we actually bought a lease for it for the next 5 years. So, but we're looking to move out of here in 2 years. It was just the only deal we could do, and it's 5 years, $230,000 each year. So, you can run the numbers. You can see how much the cost is. But you know, as college students, we don't have $230,000. I have 58 cents in my bank account.
Yeah, I was in the negatives yesterday in my Capital One account because I Venmo'd somebody and it somehow went through even though I have no money. So I don't know.
But shout out the bank, shout out loans, and you know we're looking for this to be a great investment. One day, move into a house in a couple years. Yeah. To elevate our content even more, give you guys some IRL content.
Yeah, and then eventually we'll be courtside at NBA games.
Yeah, you'll see us. So that'll be awesome. But yeah, let's get back and talk about the Thunder. So I think that they might be the greatest team of all time. Genuinely.
They have been really good, yeah.
When you look at the depth, and that's the thing that's hard when we talk about expansion drafts and we look at the Thunder and the Spurs. I mean, they've worked so hard to get this much depth.
And they have so many good players that could just go.
Yeah, and they just have to let people walk. It's unbelievable. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah, so obviously the Thunder have had a historic defense. This is like one of the best defenses since like Bill Russell's Celtics in the 60s. But that was so different because
slow pace. You're not shooting threes.
Bill Russell was just like such a good rim protector. Every shot's at the rim and he can block everything.
Yeah,
like basically, if I played in the 60s, I'd probably be a first-team All-NBA player.
You'd probably be a Hall of Famer.
I probably would be a Hall of Famer if I played in the 50s and 60s. And I've looked at some of the stats, and it's just a different game. I'm not dissing on the old heads. You know, I want to respect all eras of basketball, but this Thunder defense has been super historic. And the reason why they can like be so good defensively is because they have Shea offensively, who is
looks like our manager just got here.
Yeah. What time is it? We're supposed to be done in like a couple minutes.
All right, but we came in a little late.
We can just tell them that it was locked or something.
Yeah. I mean, we probably have 12 minutes left. Yeah, we'll
say 15.
We'll skim through.
Okay. Anyway, sorry for the technical difficulties, but basically, the Thunder are able to play these such defensively slanted lineups because they have Shea carrying such an offensive burden. He's so good this year. If you look at some of his averages, he's averaging a little over 31 and a half, 71% at the rim in the restricted area, 51% from mid-range, 49.2 from a long mid-range, which is 10 to 16 feet, and then from an even longer mid-range, 46%, and then he's averaging 39% on threes.
Unbelievable.
I think he's like 38 or 37% on pull-up threes. He's not taking that many a game. And then catch and shoot threes, he's like 41%. Yeah, he's been so good. Everyone said his only problem was a three-point shot, and now he's shooting the three-point very well. His mid-range is so good. And the thing is, he doesn't turn over the ball either. He's averaging like 1.5 turnovers a game on like 7 assists. He's been so good, and he's just so good at affecting the possession game. He doesn't turn over the ball, and it matters so much. His impact is huge. The Thunder offense is so bad without him, and he's just been really good. He's averaging 90% on free throws on like 10 attempts as well.
He's right there creeping in on the 50.
He is a damn near perfect basketball player in my opinion. He has no flaws. And he's also like a decent defender too, so he can fit into those really good.
Compared to the other
Thunder
superstars
defense.
of the league, he's
great. I just think that if he doesn't win MVP, it's rigged for sure. He's been so good. He's just been so good. And this Thunder team, I think they are my finals prediction. I think I do have them winning the finals. But the thing is, if you watched, they lost to the Celtics a couple days ago. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, I did actually. Lost by about 8, I believe, to the Celtics.
I think it was really close at first, but you see that she had 31 on 90% efficiency. He shot 13 from 14 from the field, got his 10 free throws, and he played really well. But you see that he gets so many open shots for his teammates. He probably could have had at least 10 assists in that game, but his teammates don't make shots. Lou Dort has not been making shots recently. Alex Caruso is having a horrible jump shooting season. He's a great defender, but he cannot shoot. And teams will literally just leave him open and double Shea because he's not gonna make a shot. Obviously, they added Jared McCain, which is helping that 3-point shooting a lot.
Great trade. You called that trade out.
I did. I said they were going to trade for a shooter, which is really, really what they needed. But they just need more. And I think that if this team shoots bad, we could see them losing a series to a Spurs or to a Celtics or maybe even to a Nuggets.
100%.
That they shouldn't lose, but it's only because their rotation players need to shoot better.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're going to get into our NBA expansion draft. So with
should we have your phone out to write down the rosters?
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to start. We'll flip a coin first of all. How do I
call heads, by the way.
How do I get Siri to flip a coin? Flip a coin. Tails. All right. So looks like what you do. You're messing up my stuff.
How do we?
Okay. So we're going to do this in my notes app. Okay. So for this hypothetical, obviously, these NBA teams are going to be, usually the NBA expansion teams are not good. The only team that we've really seen, be good is, the Magic when they got Shaq and Penny Hardaway on back-to-back seasons, which was, complete. This is why, a lot of people say the lottery is rigged because we see them get to number one. Actually, I think they drafted who did they draft? They drafted someone else and they traded for Penny. I'm pretty sure it was I don't know why I couldn't think Chris Webber, but it was Chris Webber. But yeah, so that's really the only time you see these NBA teams pick good. So we're gonna say in this hypothetical scenario, the Seattle SuperSonics, which is my team, they are going to get Kevin Durant. He is going to sign with them on their farewell tour. So I'm gonna get KD off the bat.
Okay.
And then we're gonna say in this also hypothetical that Peyton Pritchard his contract is gonna be done by the end of this 2028-2029 season. So let's say he wants to get a bigger contract.
He's gonna be
first
overall pick.
Well, he's gonna sign on a free agent contract. How about that? So who are you gonna pick with your first pick, Dawson?
First overall pick. Mm-hmm. The Las Vegas Spades will be taking Cason Wallace. I think this is just one of those scenarios where if he's on any other team, he is not getting let go. But because the Thunder team is so stacked, and they want to keep their core, they don't want to mess anything up, especially if they keep winning championships. Why would they? Yeah. I think that would be a good first overall pick
for sure. So in my first pick, I think I'm gonna take Io. I think I'm going to take Io just being a super well-rounded, all-around guy.
Yeah.
And he's going to be my second to KD. So for your number 2.
With my number 2 pick, it's a little shocking here. I'm actually going to take Jalen Smith. We've been seeing him have kind of a resurgence of a season here in Chicago, and I think by the time the draft comes, they're not going to want to pay him what he wants because on a good team, he's not going to be I
think he's being paid a little too much.
And on a contending team, he's not going to be the starting center. He's a starting center on this horrible Chicago team.
Yeah, he's a goofy-looking guy for sure.
And I think if he keeps goggle man. And I think if he keeps developing, he could be a good center on my expansion team.
Yeah, for sure. In my 2, I'm going to take Quentin Grimes.
Quentin Grimes, yeah.
We've seen what Quentin Grimes can do when he's kind of given
Yeah, especially with all the
tools.
injuries this year for the Sixers.
So I'm going to take Q
And that's kind of
Grimes.
assuming that he wants a big contract and the Sixers don't want to pay him, so they just
for
decided to let him go.
Okay, and for your 3?
For my 3, I'm going to take another Thunder, actually. I'm going to go with Aaron Wiggins here.
Okay, I like that.
So we're going to pair up the Thunder
saved
guys.
Basketball.
Yep, he did save basketball. We're going to pair up the Thunder guys. We got our center. We got our 2 guards. We're looking good right now.
I like that a lot. Okay, so the thing is with this list, we don't have too many centers on here.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to take a center. I think I'm going to take Hugo Gonzalez, honestly.
Ooh, I like that pick a lot.
I think he's super young and has a lot of upside, and we've seen him make some good plays for the Celtics. So I'm going to take Hugo Gonzalez.
Absolutely. With my next pick, I'm going to be taking a forward because I'm not a power forward, but I just need a forward. I'm going to take Aaron Naismith from the Indiana Pacers. I think he's a really good role player.
Yeah, for sure. He might be protected, but we can just put him on here.
Yeah.
Who do I have? So I have a point
It's
guard,
hard to know who the
shooting guard.
Pacers are going to protect because
really
they're going to have a couple high picks.
I need another forward here. You know what I'm going to take? I'm going to take, what's his name? I'm going to take Julian Champagnie.
Ooh, I like that pick a lot.
Wait, which one's the one on the Wizards?
Wizards is Justin Champagnie.
I might take Justin then.
Okay.
I think I'm going to take Justin, yeah.
I like that pick. And then, so I think following that up, I'm going to take Julian Champagnie from the Spurs. I think he's a good shooter.
For sure.
You know, not a lot of upside when it comes to, like, being a star, but he's
even still,
really
they
good
play their
player.
role really well.
Yeah, I mean, he's starting on the Spurs team, but I don't think the Spurs will protect him because just how many young guys they have, and by that time, he probably won't be their starting power forward. Do a couple more picks here. Get like an 8-man rotation. We got, 6 players on each team right now?
Yeah, I might take Luka Garza.
Luka Garza, I like that. You got the 2 Celtics big men.
Yeah. And then we'll just do a couple more picks each. Oh, wait, I put him for your team.
For my next pick, I'm going to pick a guy that really wants to compete and wants to win. I think for my next pick, I'm going to be going with a guy that wants to compete, wants to win games. Super young guy. You know, he was on a 2-way contract. Spencer Jones.
Okay, I like
he
that.
Is
he was balling
elite
for sure.
defender.
He was balling. He always gets those tough matchups.
Oh, yeah. And he owns up it. He loves that.
Okay. And then for my next pick, I kind of want to get another guard or another forward. I think I'm going to take Jordan Walsh.
Jordan Walsh, yeah.
I feel like these
You're a
Celtics
big Celtics. I mean, it's when you have the best teams in the league, you're gonna have the best.
They just
people
have
available.
such a good. He wouldn't be protected, and I just think that he is such a good player, and he would, just be really, really, really good.
Love that. How many people we got right now? Should we do 2 more picks?
I have 6 on my team, and you have 6 as well.
Okay.
So why don't you do 2 more, and then I'll do 2 more.
Yeah. So wrapping it up, I'm gonna need another center.
2 probably if you want. We could take there's probably a few superstars that they might not teams might not get them on their player negotiation contract. So it could just be guys like Ja and guys on too big of a contract might go as well.
Yeah, I think should I just pick my 2 picks right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take.
Unless you take someone that I want, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I'm gonna round it off by getting a young guy. You know, I don't think he's the best player, but Quentin Post, just for the upside on him. And then I'm going to top it off with a guy that's kind of proven himself in Kevin Porter Jr. Okay. Because I don't think the Bucks will be re-signing him. He's obviously going to be making a lot of money. Yeah. He's had a good season this season.
Okay.
And that's going to be one of our best players on our team.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to take Luke Kennard.
If
he's not protected, which I don't know if he will be. And then I need another center, so I'm going to go with Jay Huff.
Jay Huff, yeah.
Reverse dunk demon.
You know what I call him? The greatest dunk man. That's his nickname I dubbed on him, and it's stuck ever since.
I like that. So there it is. We'll put the link or a screenshot of our thing right here for our draft list.
Yeah, and then put it down in the comments who you guys think was better, and maybe put down who you guys would take in your expansion draft. Anybody we missed? Obviously, we missed so many people.
There is a lot of projection in this because we don't know what's going to happen, and there's obviously some guys that are going to retire then, and some new guys in the league. Yeah,
and maybe some of our guys end up getting protected.
Especially with this super cool new draft class. So, So there's one other thing I wanted to talk about, or a couple things, is the 65 game rule change that they have been talking about changing. So, for example, Cade Cunningham, I believe, has played at a first-team All-NBA level this year.
MVP
really
level. Not MVP winner,
MVP.
but yeah.
MVP, yeah, sure, MVP contention, right? But since he's out with his collapsed lung, he's going to be ineligible for those rewards. So is it fair if a guy plays for 75% of the season, or I guess maybe it's 65% of the season, but he gets out for a couple games, but he's played at such a good level, is it fair that he can't win any awards?
Yeah, when this rule first came out, I was actually a pretty big fan because it came out because of the load management stuff with Kawhi Leonard, all those guys, LeBron. But the more it's gone on, the more evident it is that it really is not fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you have guys that – the threshold is 17 games.
Yeah, that's
you
not a
you
lot.
get one injury, bad injury, and you're out for a month,
yeah.
you basically are eliminated. Like, I know some guys like Anthony Edwards and Devin Booker – they've tried to play as much as they can. The only times they set up injury, they can't miss one more game.
Yeah, and they
or else
can't
they're
miss
eliminated.
at all, which is crazy because both those guys should be at least an All-NBA level, So I think there should be a problem with this. I think that they should maybe do it half the season or I don't know. Like, it's such a hard topic because you really got to put a lot of thought into this. But I do think it's, like, kind of a silly rule, and especially with the amount of injuries we see nowadays. Like, people that tear – I think the Achilles tear rate is an all-time high.
Yeah.
You see, like, all these players, basketball is such a physical game, and it's so much more, like, it's so much more hard on the body nowadays, right? Obviously, people might talk about, the 90s was more physical, but basketball is as hard as it ever is today. And
because
it
everyone's
takes
so
more,
athletic,
so
explosive.
fast, so athletic. You have to cover so much space. We see so many more injuries happening today than ever. So I think, we should probably find something, a better, I guess, adjustment to this rule. I do think there should be something in place, but not this.
I think what I would do if I was Adam Silver, my solution would be, obviously he tried the fining tactic. It didn't work. They didn't really care. They found other loopholes to it to not get fined. I think you need to start punishing teams for this problem because at the end of the day, it's the player not wanting to play, but it's your team allowing them to sit out and allowing them when fans show up and they want to watch them play and just letting them sit out.
For sure. The fines is like NBA teams have unlimited money.
Yeah.
Like if they fine them $150,000,
it's not going to do anything.
Nothing,
I think you got to start looking into
draft picks maybe.
Yeah, removing second round picks, maybe forfeiting games if it comes down to that because that would make people want to play every game. Not only are you sitting out and probably going to lose that game, but you're forfeiting games. Now you're talking about missing the playoffs, missing seeding, just because you wanted to sit out. And I think that's how I would solve it.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a problem, and we'll probably cover this more often. I want to see what Adam Silver does. Adam Silver has not been my favorite person of recent. I think he's been dealing with a lot of stuff that doesn't really matter. Like, you need to focus on things that basketball players and fans really need to they want to see, and that needs to be covered. And then there's also the tanking problem, which has been a big problem this year. You see teams like the Jazz and the Grizzlies and the Wizards and these bottom teams playing horrible lineups and just trying to lose because there is an incentive for losing in the NBA, which is, you can get a higher draft pick, and especially in this draft class, which is this possibly could be the best NBA draft class of all time. I think it has the talent to do so. Everyone wants to get one of these. Obviously, not even a top 3, but a top 10 guy on this list because this draft class is not even so talented, but so deep as well.
I mean, you have, in my opinion, the top 5 guys in the class are AJ, Darren Peterson, Boozer, Darius Acuff, and Caleb Wilson.
Yeah.
I think any one of those guys could be all NBA first team guys. Like, genuinely.
Yeah.
Those guys could lead an NBA franchise.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is
even
insane.
Guys in the top 10, like you got and some of those guys in those top 5s would go number 1 in previous drafts because how stacked
Keaton
is
Wagler, you
Braden
have
Burries.
Braden Burries, you got even Koa Pete if he gets up there.
I don't know, but
so many
there's
guys.
just a lot of other guys like Yaxel as well.
Sturts, which I don't know if he'll go high because he's pretty old, but he is one hell of a player.
Kingston Flemings, like you got a lot of other super good
Flemings
players in this
so
draft.
Good.
So And Adam Silver, he sent a couple, I guess, like, solutions to this. And so he put that flattened lottery, so all of, like, the bottom 6 or 8 teams get a 14% odds, right? So I guess this would make sense in some terms because, like, if you were the worst team, it wouldn't matter if you were the first, like, the worst team or the third worst team, you know? But it still incentivizes being bad because now you don't have to be the worst team. You can still be the third worst team.
Absolutely.
And then also, like, this worst team, if they're actually bad, they might get stuck in, like, a loop where they're just going to be mediocre for a long time.
You saw it with the Pistons. They literally, before they got Cade Cunningham, they went so many, like, bottom of the draft.
And they never got a good pick.
Getting the fifth pick. And just, I mean, their fault for missing on every single one.
But even, like, the Wizards have had this problem, too, and they haven't gotten
the
a first-round pick for so long, you know? So I don't think this is a solution. And I really, like,
I think it just puts off the problem for another year.
I haven't seen a really good solution. We'll see what Adam Silver comes up with. But, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that wraps up the pod for this week, all the week. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank you very much for tuning in.
Make sure you guys leave a like.
Hope you like the new setup. We'll be posting this on YouTube and Spotify. And, so.
Leave a like, comment. Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Have a good one. All right.
That was pretty fire.
I like
that one's going to be like...
So do I press this?
No.
Actually, it's still recording. It says 50 minutes.